some of our viewers as well. And of course, he's gonna pivot this way with the Late Late Show with James Corden. You're familiar with James Corden, aren't you, Nick?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. This is a perfect example. This guy, James Corden, of somebody who has been forced and foisted on us through Hollywood, through an incredible, huge marketing budget over and over again. I don't know one person that's genuinely a fan of James Corden. I don't know one person, let alone that thinks this guy is genuinely funny. He's just somebody that we've all accepted to be a hallmark of late night entertainment, a hallmark of our pop culture. But he is definitely somebody that is almost just like engineered and keeps being force fed upon us. So nobody really cares for this poor excuse for a talk show host. Sorry, we're getting
into it with Picard. What's that guy's name? The guy who played Picard. I can't remember. Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. He did.
Yeah, they got it. They almost got into a fist fight on stage.
On his show?
No, it was at some sort of ceremony or something. I forgot what it was. I think it was in England for something. But yeah, Patrick Stewart was basically like, "No one likes you." it was so
Did he
funny.
Really?
I wish we could roll the clip. It's so funny. Anybody goes out there and searches James Corden, Patrick Stewart. It's hilarious. It is really funny back and forth. But yeah, I mean, he is kind of the epitome of the everything that went wrong with the late night talk show host. And this is in the past 15 or so years, it just kind of descended into it's unwatchable television. It is unwatchable. You can't. I don't who's paying for this. I don't know what their advertisers are thinking. I don't know how they're making money. I haven't seen anyone watch James Corden, or I haven't even seen anyone watch Jimmy Kimmel in 10 years. Where's the money coming from? Who's watching this?
I feel like almost all of the late night scene now has been, for late night talk shows, these guys have been completely neutered. If we look over just a short time ago in our recent history, Nick, we had guys like Craig Ferguson, Jon Stewart, David Letterman, obviously Johnny Cash if you go back further than that. But those are just a few examples that I'm ping-ponging off of the top of my head. All of them completely superior in every way as far as their hosting abilities, their orator abilities, their delivery, their monologues, their sense of humor, all of it. It was engaging, it was exciting.
This past month, just because of this past month, I was thinking a lot about Jon Stewart, and I used to watch The Daily Show every day because it came on. It was amazing. It came on after South Park. It was it was the thing to watch. And during 9/11, I mean, it was just he did a perfect job at covering that. Jon Stewart was an animal of a presenter. He was on the money. And now, have you seen an episode of The Daily Show recently? It's unwatchable.
Oh my gosh.
Trevor Noah, I hear people say that Trevor Noah once was a good comedian, and I could believe that, but if it's him or someone else, whoever the writers are, it's unwatchable. Trevor, if you're listening, your show is garbage. It is unwatchable television. I don't know who's tuning in. It is horrible. It's horrific. It's a car crash in slow motion.
Oh my goodness.
I hope this changes. But bring back Jon Stewart. I know he's retired. He's never coming back, but I wish he did.
I agree. People have said, Trevor Noah, you got to go back and watch his stand-up because he used to be really funny. I did that. I never thought Trevor Noah, I didn't think his stand-up was ever funny either. I don't know. It's one of those things where these guys, whether it's Kimmel or Trevor Noah or James Corden, they all kind of remind me of if you're heavy-handed high school counselors got positions as late night talk show hosts. It's just not cool. And I feel like you're being a lot of times too they take like a lot of the humor out of it, a lot of the edge out of it, because it's like so heavy-handed. It's like really preachy half the time too, and it's like that's not fun. That's not fun at all. Yeah. That's to me that doesn't make for good television. That doesn't make for good late night TV. And ironically, people like this are the most caught up in themes like inclusivity, while actually fostering environments that are anything but.